There's a fish. Oh my god. There's a fish. Yep. Look at that rod bend. Oh. What's up guys, your boy the Hunter Fisher. Welcome back to another Epi Banger video. Today guys, I'm gonna do a quick little review of the Daiwa Alphas Air TW 2020 model 6 months later. So I got this reel about end of January. It's not technically 6 months yet, but I honestly would consider this 6 months because there's been a lot of use that I've put into this reel. But the reel I'm talking about is of course this one right here. I've made some adjustments to it. I've added certain things. I figured out what I like on it. And honestly, overall, 6 months later, do I think that the $400 is still worth it to spend on this reel with reels like the Gecko Bijan Air coming out, or the Corrado BFS being out on the market, the Aldebaran BFS being out on the market? And I have honestly not had a lot of experience with other BFS reels besides a handful that I've actually gotten to hold myself and try out. But honestly, I do love this reel. I went from the Cast King Zephyr BFS reel to the Daiwa Alphas Air BFS reel, and the difference is night and day. But I have a bunch of clips, so I actually started filming a different video today, to be honest with you, and it's not gone as planned at all. So I'm switching to this video for today to talk about a reel that I think you guys are probably wanting a lot of opinions on. So this reel, I believe at market it's like $380 to $400 around that area right now, and I had actually installed a Gomexis BFS reel handle on it. By the way, I'm here with P&D. Shout out to him. I'm gonna link him down below if you guys are gonna check him out. He doesn't do BFS, but he does other cool things.
Yes, sir.
Here, he also has a bunch of expensive reels just like I do. He has an Antares, that's really expensive. He has the new Scorpion 2021. So if you guys want to do me a favor and go check him out too for other reel reviews and reel unboxings, go check him out down below. But overall with this reel is specifically meant to be able to cast lighter to down to 1 gram baits. So that's why this reel kind of hit the market and why I bought this reel. I saw it as an investment to start tossing lighter weights baits, because I like to do a lot of brim fishing here in Tallahassee and Jacksonville area too. And to be honest, I needed a bait caster that could throw down the 1/32 ounce issue. I'm actually literally throwing a 1/32 ounce mule jig with their Donkey Tail Jr. on there right now, and I'm casting it with ease. I will show you guys some clips later on where I'm actually catching fish without a problem on this reel. And one thing I love about this reel, and I also hate about this reel, is the drag is amazing. The drag is super consistent, but the problem is there's no drag clicker. So with the new Gecko Bijan that came out, I believe, probably 2 months ago now, I think it was about 2 months ago. It's a Daiwa Alphas Air, it's same body type, I believe, but it's more meant for PE line, which is braid. That's what the Japanese manufacturers call braid. I don't know what it stands for because I've never searched it up, but I will sometime out of curiosity. But it's called PE. At first when I got it, I put Varivis PE on it, and I actually really like that stuff, but I ran into a lot of issues with inconsistency of breakage and stuff, but I think that was mostly my fault. But I will say the drag is awesome, but the Gecko Bijan actually has a drag clicker on it, and it triggers me that the Alphas Air TW doesn't. I'd have to pay another $75 to go get one from Sagisi Customs, which theirs is actually saltwater proof, which leads me to my next point. I have used this reel in salt water. Is it technically saltwater capable? It's not designed for saltwater. I will tell you guys that. But I've used it in saltwater and it performs amazing. It performs awesomely. It's just like the Corrado BFS. I've used that in saltwater and had no issues, and I've never had an issue with needing to wash it or anything like that. None of those issues. I have tons of clips from old videos that I might run, and this just to show you what in the different places I've used this reel and caught fish. I've caught trout on this reel. Like, I'm talking about sea trout. I'm not talking about that brook trout stuff like people like Obi-Wan Kenobi and raw fishing and all those other people do with this reel. But that also tells you you can do typically light trout casting with this reel as long as you pair it with the right rod. So also another funny thing, the rod I paired it with is $38. This is a $400 reel. It's $38 rod. So that's another thing I'm gonna say is if you guys want to pair it with something nicer, by all means, go ahead and do that, because I kind of was cheap and got a cheap rod. Eventually, I'm going to get a nicer rod. It's just I'm not willing to spend the money right now. Plus, I'm kind of talking with a few people. Look at the minnows, dude. Do you see the shiners right here? Oh, yeah. Holy crap, let's stop here. All right, guys, sorry about that. Had to cast on some shiners I saw popping really quick. We're doing a 360 here for some reason. But overall, I think I was talking about, what was I talking about? What? Do you smell it? Oh, dude. Oh, All day, guys, we have been smelling like something that smells like horse poop the entire time, and it's been awful. But overall, guys, I think I was talking about rods and trout stuff earlier. If you guys want to use it for almost anything that you could possibly want to, if you want to use it for small bass, I've done that. I've literally caught, I think, a 4-ish on this combo. Exactly with the Eurotackle Z-Pop, which, I mean, the diversity of this reel, just because it's a BFS reel does not mean it's meant to cast like 0.5 grams with ease. It's not necessarily meant to do just like your 1 gram, 2 gram lures. You're supposed to be casting up to even 7 grams depending on your rod. Heck, I think I've thrown a wacky rig on this before and just tried it for the heck of it, and it worked. So that goes to say that you can use this reel for anything. If you guys are just wanting a reel that's great for finesse applications in general for bass too, this reel is that reel. You can use it for that. It's really consistent. You see all these bubbles in front of us, bro? It's a gator. Gator's hanging out. Overall, I think that this reel will work. But overall, if you guys want to use this reel for anything that you really want to use it for, like crappie fishing, your bass fishing, anything, like, I mean, literally anything, this reel will work for it. Does that tell you to go out and buy this reel right now because it's the best BFS reel in the market? No, not necessarily, because I don't know if it's the best. One reel I do want to try in the future, but I'm not going to buy it right now because got other things to worry about, is the Gecko Bayesian, or however you say it. That reel is more meant for PE lines. I'm actually using braid with my reel. I actually did use copolymer with it one time. It was okay. I just didn't like it because of the line memory. So I'm from Florida. We're really picky with our lines, and most of us just use braid anyways. And that's just me. I always use braid for almost anything I do. All my ultralight fishing is done with braid to leader, really, mostly. And that's kind of like what I'm doing right now. I'm using a 6-pound braid and 8-pound leader, so that's kind of like what I'm using. But overall, the reel is absolutely great still 6 months later, and it just kind of proves my point. But I'm gonna stop talking about the reel right now. I'm gonna let some more fish clips run, and I'm probably gonna do some more fish, and I will get back to you guys later. All right, guys, real quick before we get on the water and you guys see the rest of the video, I want to say that today's video is sponsored by 10,000 Fish. And if you guys haven't heard of 10,000 Fish, it is a brand that is inspired by the Japanese stylings and likings of lures that we see in a lot of JDM lure companies. If you guys already know, the Daiwa Alphas Air is a JDM reel. So I'm going to show you guys some JDM inspired lures from 10,000 Fish. This right here is the 10,000 Fish Headhunter. What it is the hook is hidden inside the gill slot. So inspired a lot by what you would call the Dark Sleeper from Megabass, but it's its own thing. It's completely different profile. It's great for, especially whenever it's going to be time for me to do soon, is spawn fish. So if you guys are fishing the bass spawn often, and if you guys like to fish that spawn with bluegill imitating baits, usually that's one of the best imitations to get that bass off the bed. If you guys haven't already checked out the Headhunter from 10,000 Fish, you'll hit up my shop Carl's link down below. It always does me a huge solid whenever you guys go do that, and you guys can go check out this bait. It's virtually weedless with essentially a snag free hook that comes out and magnetizes back in. Kind of crazy, and honestly it's one of the best lures if you're trying to nail a bluegill imitation. That's all for today's sponsor, guys. I want to say thank you again to 10,000 Fish, but let's get back to the video. Yeah, it doesn't hurt to always check out new areas. There's a fish. Yep. Little bass. There you go, guys. Little bass on the BFS combo. Huh?
So there you go, caught one.
Yep, caught one. Now I know what it looks like. I didn't know there was a fish. It was funny because as I was starting to say, yeah, that was definitely a fish bite I felt earlier. I got bit again. All right, buddy. Thanks for biting. Little Dinkerson. You know what's funny is that was as big as my first fish on the speedworm. And the difference in combos is insane. So there we go, BFS fish. Let's go, baby. What? Oh! Oh, it smells so bad.
Is it still here?
Yeah, you don't smell it, bro?
Oh my god.
There's a fish.
You got
Yep. Bass.
It's just all dings. Like, I literally can't catch them. My speed worm is too big.
I love how I didn't even like. You see him? He's been bit before. That looks like a pickerel bite. Wow. That's crazy. Bye, buddy. Oh. I'm starting to think it's you, bro. Like that one?
I might have to start throwing that, man.
I just let him go though. It's okay. Yeah. Did you see me just let him go? I didn't want to take him out of the water, so I literally raised my rod and let go for a second, and he got unhooked. Yeah, it was a bass. Look at that rod bend. Oh, I deserved that one. Yeah, I definitely deserved that one.
Look at that rod bend.
I've done that so many times. Like, I don't know. Yeah, I kind of deserve that one. That's funny. Yeah, I definitely deserve that one. That's weird, though. Rip the micro rod, bro. Looks like I gotta buy a new one. Let's turn my two-piece rod into a travel rod. All right, guys, so we're getting into the boat ramp right now, but believe it or not, I actually just broke the rod. So this little $38 rod that I was talking so high and mighty about early in the video broke. So I kind of deserve that. Kind of had that coming to me, but it's okay. I didn't really mind because there's another tip to the rod, so I can switch it out, but then it's just as good as my Dobbins rod. But down the road, I think I'm gonna get a nicer rod for using for lighter casting. It's just, haven't really been looking out too much in the market for it right now. Just focusing on other things, buying other things. I haven't really been paying too much attention on what BFS rod I should probably get next. But if you guys have any suggestions down below, let me know. I definitely will be open to any suggestions of what BFS rod you guys think I should get. But other than that, I think overall the reel performance with the reel today was awesome. I mean, throwing everything from a floater is easy. I mean, this reel, you can, like I said, use it to throw anything and you'll love it just as much. And it's 6 months later, I still love it all the same. And I think I would definitely be using it way more often as the winter comes, because crappie season is about here for us right now. And that's what I was trying to go for today, a little bit here and there, but not too much. But I definitely will spend more time here soon going after the mighty cropsters here soon. I probably should have been throwing some other stuff, now that I think about it, for crappie, but it's whatever, to be honest with you. I definitely will be trying out more stuff once I get a new rod for this reel now, because it's broke. That's always nice. So, but other than that, guys, I hope you guys enjoyed this little 6-month review of the Daiwa Alphas Air TW 2020 version. If you guys want to check it out, down in the description below, if you go hit it up and download it, not download it, if you guys go pick it up from Amazon down below, it always helps me out and helps me get closer to going full-time with this thing, or at least part-time somewhat. But if you guys also need to check out some other BFS supplies, go check out baitfinesseempire.com. If you guys use my link down below, it helps me earn more rewards to buy more gear to review. So in the long run, it just helps you guys out. So never an extra cost to any of that stuff. It's just affiliate links. So I want to say thank you guys again for watching, and remember, fish for me.